My name is Anthony Trillo. I've always been in wines, and I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, here we are in Subic, Freeport, and I'm very happy to make this, give this spontaneous interview, and we look forward to know more. But right now, I would like to go back to early days in about 1992, when after the lahar of the explosion of Pinatubo, and Dick called me and said, Tony, why don't you come over here and start some business? Because Dick and I are all friends from school in the 60s. And I had just sold my bottled water, Hidden Spring, and we had sold that to Nestle, and there was money there. So I said, okay, I'll come over. And I came over, and I was really, really surprised because there was nothing but mounds of asphalt all over the place. There was nothing here. No businesses. Everything was just down. And Dick, as you know, was howling there, shouting and cheering everybody on, telling us that, hey, come over here, you don't know, you haven't seen, the best is yet to come, things like that, That's typical Dick. So I came over, and I was never reluctant because, when you have a dream, and that was a dream, we came over here, and the first thing I thought of was the PX Club in the areas in Clarkfield where they were selling in those stores outside. And I said, this would be a natural because the Americans were here, the people in Pampanga were there, this whole area here know what PX goods represent. Those are chocolates, things like that you couldn't buy in Manila. Remember, there were no import licenses there. It was all, And so I came over, and Dick said, Tony, what can we do? I said, well, how about putting a PX store here, PX Club? And he said, what do you think? I said, yes, it will happen. The Filipinos here in these areas know what PX is, and they will come. So we did that. We started out. I got people in the trade. I had good partners. I had Cito Lorenzo. We had Elena Lim. We took Chima Esteban, who was the first general manager of Duty Free, and we got them in. We put up a team, and we put up PX Club. And I'll tell you, on our first year, we were doing, as I said earlier, we were doing something that we never imagined. And then we put up about a year after, we put up Clarkfield, another area there. And these are all converted American clubs that were there, and just had not fallen with the earthquake. And we did that. And my gosh, from there on, it was for the next 5 years. And in between there, we had so many, how shall I say, our dream held until they pulled out the $200 that they had given us for, the government had promised, assured us that Congress had passed this bill, and we lost that. But then we never looked back. From there, we decided that we were going to go into APEC. Started in 1995, and then the Malaysians wanted to put APEC here, and Dick asked me, he said, Tony, he called me one day, and he was on the boat somewhere, and he said, Tony, we have to talk about this. Why? Where do you want to go? Here, we go to this place here by the cove here, and we'll talk. And I had just bought then a small boat because the floods were terrible here. He said, Tony, we should get boats here that we can come from here to Manila and vice versa, no? I said, Dick, you know how much those things cost? But the salesman that is, no? So I invested money in those boats. We got boats from Manila to Manila, from Subic to Manila. And and after that, we lost all that. He wanted to put up an airline. He wanted to put an airline with three other guys. And I said, my gosh, Dick, let's hold them first. He said, no, but let's do APEC first. And APEC was in 1996. And that was great fun. We started that from, and he told me, Tony, I want to talk to you. I talked to the president. He said, I asked him, do you have anybody here? He said, no, make it a Filipino. Then he said, I know Tony Trillo was here with the PX Club. So, and apparently that's how it happened. They gave it to me, and we started. We put a lot of money in here to renovate everything, and they were here for one night, just one night, and then nothing happened after that. We had to. But then we started selling. I know nothing about hotels. Our occupancy was 6%, 7%, and we had put all that money here. But then slowly, we found out that we could gravitate. We moved over to residences, and overnight was a success. And we had about 750 rooms that we filled up. We started building it up. And then now we're building condominiums and all that. But as I said, in between, it's a very interesting story because we never lost the vision of what we wanted to do here. And it's not just Subic here. It's what's happening now. And when we started, there was no hope. Everybody was saying, "You're crazy." No, you're crazy. You see those mounds of asphalt. What are you gonna do here? You know, even there was still asphalt coming. At night you see the cars would be full of that. But then we persisted, and in between we had, as I said earlier, it wasn't just one happy ride because we had a lot of people who we attracted the evil eye, and there were rows here between other groups, and Dick was always at the forefront, and I was his friend, so we were always in the middle of it. But we overcame all that, and we never lost sight of our dream, and that's basically what's happened here. The officers, American officers, would never have chosen Subic. They could have gone to Palawan. They could have gone anywhere. They chose Subic because it's the most beautiful spot in the Philippines, and I think it still is now. It's the only place where you have all these forests, and I think that we, in a sense, have contributed. I'll tell you, if you come up here, if you go up, you'll see that the roadways are all painted white. Everything is clean. We don't let the government, we don't let SBMA do it. We do it ourselves. We do it ourselves, and it costs money, but it's something that you like doing, and this is precisely what we have. It's that extra that you put into something like this. I think that, as a whole, is what Subic is all about. One time, Dick called me up and he said, "Tony, let's have breakfast." I said, "Well, where are you going?" "Well, I just talked to you. I have another meeting later." So we got to this brasserie where we're having breakfast. He said, "Tony, come. I'll go to the airport. Come with me." And we went to the hangar. There was a plane there, Cito Lorenzo's plane. "Come in, let's sit down here. I have to go to Davao." And then I said, "What do you mean?" "No, sit down here." And then I looked there. I saw his doctor because of hypertension. The doctor was there. And then the engine started revving up. And I said, "Where are we going?" "Tony, you come with me to Davao." He brought me to Davao. He said, from the breakfast, he went to Davao. And he said, "You know those people in Davao?" Because I was there for a few months. And they brought me to us. But that's Dick Gordon, no? Dick was regaling me with the acronym of QB, which is, "Can you build it?" Which is the the American engineer was telling they wanted to level out this area for the airport. So he asked me, "Tony, do you know the story?" And I said, "No, I don't, but he told me about it." And he said, "That's why it's called QB. Can you build it?" That's the acronym. And then while he was doing that, my mind was racing. I said, "Dick, how about Subic? What do you say about Subic? What is it? What, Tony? What is it?" "Well, since you built it, congratulations," I said. You guys who are growing up here in this environment, go take a chance. Go to Subic, start something like this. Don't be afraid to be employees there. Go there because you risk something. No pain, no gain. You really have to go there and do it. And that's what the young people should do. They get too secure in a job. And they don't want to break out of that. They have to get up and make something happen. That's the only way. You pay the price. And if you don't do that, I don't think that you can get very far. But I'm very happy that I made that change a long time ago. I invested most of my in this, not only the bottled water, we had the Remy Martin. I gave everything up, and I really put everything here. In fact, even our wine company now, the Grand Trillo, is now here. I moved it out from Manila, and we're going nationwide. But it's it. Because Subic is really growing, and I'll tell you, if you want to grow and you want to develop something, come to Subic now. Come now, because this is just starting to heat up. Yeah, just starting to heat up. I'll tell you, the first time I came up here, I got lost. I was supposed to go to Subic proper, and I came up to QB. I just kept up, and I ended up at the CPO club. That's a Chief Petty Officers Club in front of the Officers Club. And I walked in, and I asked the girl, "Can I meet your club custodian?" They said. And then the girl was Filipina. She was in the bar, and she said, "He's over there." And there was a big guy, maybe 300 pounds. So he was a gunny sergeant. I remember him. And I came to him. I said, "Sir, I'm Anthony Trillo. I'm selling for Seagrams and Remy Martin." And he looked at me. He said, I was 25 years old. I was how many pounds? Maybe 139. I said, "Can you drink, Sonny?" He talked to me. "Can you drink, Sonny?" I said, "Well, yeah, occasionally." So I told the girls, "What's your pleasure? You beer? What do you have? Lowenbräu, Heineken?" So I said, "No, just give me San Miguel beer." So he bought 11 o'clock in the morning. Don't eat beer, I drank beer. After that, he asked one more. Then he asked a third one. I was telling the girl, give me peanuts because I was falling, I was getting dizzy. And then after that, he said, okay, son, he said, you pass the test. Come here. He brought me to his room. He threw me the order form. No, he told, catch. It's an American. You're taking money. Wow. He passed it, cut yourself an order. Then he said, and make it big. He said, make it big. So I was getting 10% of the commissions my father would make. No? So if he had the 10% commission, 10% was mine. And I remember I had about $600 commission on that one sale. Of course, I bloated up the order of this guy, no? But I got $600. And I was telling myself, boy, I was looking at the view. Right here. That was April 1966. And exactly 30 years to the month, they gave me the whole shebang for APEC. Can you imagine? Huh? And I was there saying, boy, I'm going to get rich. I was computing my commissions. I'm going to get rich. I was eating a big hamburger after that beer and all that. No? And I was looking at the view. Now you go now, you see, now we made a manor out of it. That was, the building was completely run down. If you look at it now, we're putting a manor. It's called QB Bay Manor. Right now, it's almost finishing now. It'll be ready by next month. But, who would have imagined that? Who would have imagined that you had this opportunity? And I never, in my wildest dreams, that I would get something like that in Subic, no? But I said, you have to go out. They say the fruit is always in the outer branches. You have to reach out for the fruit. You cannot stay there in Manila and hope something to happen. You have to make it happen. That's what I'm saying. And when you're young, you have you have those dreams. So it's not like when you're older, you said, well, how can I start now? I have a secure salary and all that. But if you don't go out and dare, you'll never amount to anything. And I think that's the opportunity that Subic offers. Can you imagine? Have you seen what they have downstairs? All those buildings right now? That's nothing. Before it was empty. That was nothing there, When we were there, I tell you, even the sea, the water had ashfall. You cannot even take it. It was murky, and for a long time we couldn't do anything there. No? But look at it now. Look at it now. It's something else. So, and the best thing is when you wake up in the morning, my gosh, you have all those trees and all those, the birds, incessant. You go at 6 o'clock, where we are now. You have all kinds of parrots, you name the blue, green, red, you have everything, they're yellow, and they're all twittering there. You wake up in the morning, they're there at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. You don't see this anywhere in the world. In fact, I've traveled extensively. They say that New Zealand is one of the most beautiful places, and Norway. This guy, I have a Norwegian here who bought 4 units from the condo there. He told me, 4 units, huh? And he told me, I will never. He said, Tony, this is the best place in the world. He sells huge ships, 300 million big. He said, Tony, this is my life. He's been for 30 years already. In Cebu, now he's moving into Subic. Jens Hansen. Got the bay blue. It changes color every day. The azure, it becomes light blue, Tiffany blue, and then becomes deep blue. And then you have all those. You can imagine, our Lord is there every day. At 6 o'clock, everything goes down. The lights open up. You see the sun there. It's unbelievable. It's like you're looking at something that you talk about watching a movie that is. This is just there in full color every day of your life. Something else beautiful. I remember once when we were having this row here with Payumo and Dick Gordon and all that, and we were there. And I remember Pia Hontiveros. She was a cub reporter from ABS-CBN, and she came. An ambush interview. I went there, and then Dick said, "Tony, don't come anymore because they're gonna be talking too because they were saying that the helicopter, so many things." So anyway, I said, she came in, Mr. Trillo, please, I'm a cub reporter. Please, give me a break. I said, I don't have a car. I don't have a plane. They thought I had a plane because it was reported in the newspaper that I had given a plane to bring some documents. That's no such thing. They were imagining things, and that was Cito Lorenzo's, but I never used a plane. I used a chopper. Anyway, I told her, I don't have a plane. No, please, Mr. Trillo. So she had a cameraman. I said, okay, come. She got in my car. You want to see my plane? Okay, come, I'll show you. So we got to the first floor here at the Tiara. We got down. And when we got out, told me, lights. The guy was with his camera, lights. So the guy turned on the lights. So the light turned on like that. No? Then I came in. There was a Saber jet like that here, standing like that. Old Saber jet. It's an old. And then si President Ramos told me to add insult to injury. When he came here, he said, Tony, you see the Saber jet? It was silver, no, but it was on a stand like that. Painting psychedelic, with eyes, ears coming out like that, and the eyes coming out like that. Then, so and then when the military guy here, general, he was cursing. He was telling Dick, "Who's the guy who did this?" I was the one, no. But I thought P.O. Tiberos come. He said, "Okay, camera." Then I said, "There's my plane." I said, then turn around, stop. And she never forgot. And we were laughing about it. And then when I asked for an interview with Tong Payumo, because Tong had been trying to, really hit me, So I went to her and said, "Pia, you remember?" She said, "Oh, of course, how can I forget that incident?" She said, "Can you get an interview with the administrator?" And she said, "Well, Tony, I'm going to ask him also to come over." But then she came back to me and said, "Tony, no, you won already." She said, they don't want to have a debate or feel that. But that was beyond Tiberos, because she was something else. And I never forget that. She was laughing. She didn't take it badly. She was laughing. Until now, when she sees me, she said, "Remember, it's not here anymore. They took it. They brought it to Olongapo. They took it out." Yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
I don't know if they painted it, but I tell you, it was psychedelic. An eye coming out like that, and then a nose here, big nose like this, things like that. And that's what the president told me. And I looked at Dick. President Ramos said, "Do you want me to paint it silver?" I said, No. Make psychedelic. Conchally. I looked at it was something else. And we even have a anti-aircraft gun here, that they say that they used that during the war and all that. It's still here by the pool, no? We painted it and all that, but it's the one where you have a guy and then you pull it, then you have turret and you shoot that deer. If you go to Grande Island, you'll see old cannons. I know you've seen those, this big, that the Americans used to use when in Bataan and all that. They used to shoot from here, from Grande Island, all the way there. And you see they're pockmarked with bullets from the planes that the Japanese planes would try to, get them out of commission. No? But they're still there now. There's a rich history of this area here, during the war. But it's part of a lot of fun. That's a very, very difficult question to answer, because you talk about a lot of people, and But all I can say is that don't ever give up on your dreams. Invest in something, especially when you're young. Translate your dreams into reality. I mean, it's gonna be part. Even if you don't make it, you'll like the ride. You won't forget the ride. And basically, those are the memories you have. Even if you make $1 million or you make nothing at all, you will. That is something that you keep forever. And it makes you stronger. It builds character. Instead of wishbone, you have backbone. And that's precisely what you need here. Because nowadays, all wishbone, no backbone, no? But now you have that. And that's exactly what I say. That's the message I want to impart. It's a dream. But you can make your dreams come true. And there was nothing there. Look at Dick Gordon. He was the architect. That's what we laugh about it now, but my gosh. I was even telling him, Dick, we have these big buses that Elena Lim gave us that were being used in Metro Manila. And we were giving him free rides. He said, "Dick, why don't I'll be the one to drive, and you will be my ad man. He will be on the deal. Same a pillow for every Filipino." We're talking about that, but it's true. It happened. And that started everything. Afterwards, you had more jobs coming in and more people investing, and that was it. Yeah. Never give up. Strive. And not only that, you have to strive for excellence. It's not mediocrity. Mediocrity will not get you anywhere. You just fade away. You'll sprout wings and then you'll disappear. When everything heats up, you'll fly away. There are many people like that. And that's the true test of perseverance and friendship and, the heartaches and all that. It's a backbone. Again, character. You don't have character if you don't have that, They say that the only thing more infectious than enthusiasm is a lack of it, okay? And, when you see somebody with a long face like that, you tend to become like that too. But, with enthusiasm, it's always, and that's exactly it. Well, who was it? Who was this guy? The Prime Minister of England before. He said, success is going from failure to failure with enthusiasm. Because if you can do that, go from failure to failure with enthusiasm, you've got it made. And that's exactly what happened here. We made it from failure to failure to failure with enthusiasm, and everything was resolved. And that's what Dick Gordon is all about, in a nutshell. Okay?